Welcome to the channel, Healing here, and in today's video, I'm gonna talk about audiobooks. So ACX audiobooks. So first thing I want to let you guys know, if you have not registered for ACX, go do that. I have a video on how to register if you're a non-US or Canadian or even UK resident. On that, you can find on my channel. And I just can't emphasize enough of how important it is and imperative it is that you utilize ACX, that when you're self-publishing, you're firing on all cylinders. You're utilizing all platforms, so ebooks, paperbacks, and obviously audiobooks as well. So currently, at the time of this recording, which is 2019, the year 2019, January the 2nd, audiobooks have the highest ticket royalty. It's the highest ticket item you can sell on Amazon in regards to books. And the reason I say that is because audiobooks have a feature where Amazon rewards you for acquiring new customers and bring them onto their site. So they pay you something called bounties. So now these bounties range between $50 and $75. Now Amazon has not yet rolled in the new bounty program, which is $75. They're going to roll out the old program, which is still in effect, the $50 bounties, which is still in effect until March 2019, and then they're going to roll in the new one. So again, these are high ticket items you're selling, right? Bounties. Well, you're not selling, you're getting a commission for bringing on a new customer, because Amazon understands the lifetime value of their customers. And therefore, they don't mind rewarding you $50 or $75, which it will shortly be. So audiobooks, or I should say ACX, is a higher barrier of entry. The requirement to enter into the audiobook world is a lot higher than its counterpart, ebooks and paperbacks, because ebooks and paperbacks are fairly easy. All you need to do is upload a manuscript and you're done, right? But with audiobooks, you actually have to hire a narrator. So you have to not only have a book produced, but you have to have a narrator narrate your book. And then on top of that, there's a post-production quality assurance that can take anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks. And then on top of that, if there are any more errors that the quality assurance team finds, it may take longer. It can take upwards to a month or even longer, actually, depending on the errors, if there are any errors, that is. On average, you're looking at between 2 to 3 weeks, I would say two weeks to a month for an audiobook to be produced. And that's even with a proficient narrator. So I've mentioned that it's a higher barrier of entry. Now, I also want to mention a statistic. So there seems to be a growing trend with audiobook sales every single year. So people are opting in for audiobooks. They're choosing audiobooks over ebooks and paperback books. And this seems like the trend in the future. And it seems like there's still so much room for growth. There's so much room for potential and so much room for a lot of money to be made by us self-publishers. With the thing is, with audiobooks, people can listen to audiobooks while they do other things. So they can multitask while they're driving, on their morning commute to work. So this is why I believe, personally, this is just my belief, that this is the reason why audiobooks are starting to really take off, is because people want to be able to listen to their books as opposed to reading them the conventional way, right? It requires less mental energy when you're listening. So it just, the way of consuming, the method of consuming has changed, right? And the review system is better. So here's another point. The review system for audiobooks is a lot better than it is for Kindle ebooks. So it's kind of weird because Amazon owns both platforms, both Kindle and ACX. So they own both ACX and Kindle. But the weird thing is, with Kindle, it's a real gray area. They say you cannot solicit reviews, but yet the Amazon business is built on a business of reviews, right? Anyways, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but the point I'm trying to make is that the review system is better because you're actually encouraged to use audio voucher coupons, which ACX provides if you ask for them. It's $25 per marketplace, and you can they encourage you to use these audio coupons for your friends and you can give them to your friends, to your family, and have them review your book. So you're actually encouraged to do so. At the time of this recording, again, Amazon changes all the time. I don't know if they'll ever change that policy within a few years, but the reason why they're doing this is because they want ACX to grow, and there's so much room for growth because it's such a untapped market, right? And the last point I want to make is actually a bonus tip. So if you are creating audiobooks, I lost so much money because of this mistake, and I want you to be able to learn from my mistake, and that's royalty share versus upfront payment. I'm telling you this right now, if you're doing your royalty shares with your narrator, you're losing out on the money. You're losing out on money. You're leaving money on the table. You're losing out on so much money. I've lost over thousands of dollars because when I started out publishing, I did royalty shares because I didn't have any money to invest upfront. But the upfront investment is way better, so you can get 40% of the royalty as opposed to, I believe, it's 20% when you do a royalty share. Yes, it's 20% if you do a royalty share. Royalty share. So yeah, if you're doing a royalty share, guys and girls, you're losing a lot of money, right? You want to do an upfront payment because this is when you do a royalty share, it's a contract, and in this contractual agreement, you're opting in for 7 years. So your narrator is going to be making money off your audiobook for 7 years until that contract expires. And I believe there's something about you can pay them out. You can pay them out from the contract, and I believe it's an expensive amount. It's a large amount of money. It's something around $2,000 or $2,500, if I recall correctly. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's around there. So yeah, you can always buy them out of the contract, but why would you want to do that when you could just do an upfront payment from the get-go and do what you got to do? I mean, and have an audiobook, have the full royalty of audiobooks for yourself, as opposed to having it split in half. So that's going to be all for this video for ACX. Again, if you do not have an ACX account, you should register. You should start. If you don't have any audiobooks, what are you doing? You got to hop on this I don't want to call it a new trend, but you got to hop on this opportunity. You got to take advantage of this full opportunity because there's so much money to be made. It's an untapped market. It's nowhere near as saturated as Kindle. And again, because there's a higher barrier of entry and many other factors as well. So again, that's going to be all for this video, and I hope you've found it insightful. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.